at my phone, and it was like, you have 150 notifications on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit.
Bro, it's what's key is those reels.
That's what I posted on.
Yeah, we gotta I gotta make sure that I'm
Dude.
doing it right when I leave here. I posted
I
a
gotta
reel of
show
us.
you how to do it.
Yeah, and it was just, dude. I was in my. I
Hold
hope
on.
no one figured out. I was in the bathroom.
Dude, stop.
So
oh my
that's
God.
a bathroom like split screen. I'm like, what if someone's like, is this guy on the toilet? So I can only share it for some reason through split screen. But anyway, we'll figure that out later.
I literally sent it. I sent that. I texted you and I was like, hey, make sure if you post the clips, post them on Reels because they get more views. And dude, when I saw you post it, I was like, holy shit, that's so funny. It's literally, it just looks like it's the video playing and then it's like you're stitching it. So it's like I'm waiting for a reaction. And then I realized I was like, oh, Mike's just filming the countertop.
And the thing is, I'm still getting hits on that. So if I did that properly, I was like, this real thing is for like people are just that I aren't friends with. They like it. So
yeah,
and they're friending me.
It gets though. That's where the Reels are. The Reels will freaking they'll go. They'll
Dude,
go.
it's only a matter of time before we'll be doing spot whatever you call it.
It takes. That's why I keep posting them. You know, I got a comment. Some guy messaged me the other day, just like some guy who follows me. I don't know who he is, and he was like, my phone's recording, but I want to read it to you. The guy literally was like, he's complimenting me, but at the same time, and so he was like, I really appreciate your courage for posting every day. Even if your videos only get 10 likes, you continue to post.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, I really love your videos. And I was like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's weird when you get these compliments, man.
I was dying. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, so you were just in Florida. I didn't do an intro, but we could just start. I'm gonna start at the Reels thing because that was funny. That's fun.
All right.
So you were just in Florida, Michael. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Glad to be back.
How was it living in the land of the free?
Oh, it's in
home of the brave.
In many ways, it's the reverse of here. So if I go into a place and someone was like, I need to see your Vax card, they get fined $5,000. But I still got yelled at by some liberal girl who I didn't know and didn't want to have a conversation with about not being vaxxed. And her arguments, she had none. It's just all attitude. And I'm like, this is disturbing.
What do you mean? How did this even come up?
Well, she was like, someone I was talking to was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? You're out in New York. Anjan was like, oh yeah, he's passed at various clubs, but he didn't want to get vaxxed. And she heard that and she just like beelined in. And she had the regular talking points and she tried to do some like.
So this is some lady you're talking to at the bar?
Some female comedian. It's just the attitude. They come with no facts. Like, you better have your facts right. But I don't want to argue with people anymore.
You're done with it.
There's no point.
Yeah.
They're going to get proven soon when everyone gets COVID this winter, like you and all the other people who've vaccinated.
I did. I got COVID, vaxxed, waxed.
And I'm glad you get over it.
I did. I had COVID. It wasn't, I will say, I had it. I think I talked about it on my other podcast, but it doesn't matter. I had it. I thought it was a head cold. I was like sick. I was congested for probably like 3 weeks, even after like probably like 4 days of being pretty sick with a head cold. But I think I also extended it because I got sick on like, say, a Thursday, and I thought it was just a head cold, winter, whatever kind of cold. Because it was kind of going around a little bit. People were getting sick. So I went out Friday, I drank on Thursday, and then I noticed I was starting to get sick. I drank on Friday, woke up Saturday real sick, drank on Saturday night because a buddy of mine was in town, and then I woke up Sunday. I was at like clubs, like hanging out with everybody, and bars, whatever. I get home Sunday, I wake up Sunday, I'm home, and I was like, oh, I feel like shit. I have like a head cold. I'm like sneezing. I was like, I'm going to go get a COVID test just in case. So I go and get the rapid test, and that comes back immediately negative. And the woman was like, oh, well, you don't have symptoms of typical COVID, so I think you're fine. Just like, once the lab test comes back, though, we'll know for sure. So I went out. I was doing comedy Sunday night, Monday night. Monday night, I get home after I did Grove, and then I get home, and I like had something to eat, and I was like, this tastes so weird. This tastes like shit. And Next morning I woke up. Sure enough, I missed like 2 missed phone calls. They were like, hey, you have COVID. We got the lab test back.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I had to text. I felt bad. I had to text all these people I'd seen over the weekend. I'd seen it. And I was like, hey, just FYI, I got COVID. So.
I mean, the question when it comes down, if that happened to me, it's like, how much do I really like these people? Are they getting the text? You're probably not. Like anyone who gave me a little comment that night, you're not getting the text.
Well, I saw someone on Monday night, and I was like, he was like, hey, where are you going after this? And I was like, I think I'm just going to go home. I haven't been feeling great. And he was like, do you have COVID? And I was like, I got tested. It was negative. So literally I had to text him like 8 hours later being like, sorry, it was actually positive.
Kissed him. Right on the
we
cheek.
hugged. Oh, we hugged. We hugged our penises together. They were intertwined. And
hey, that's over the line. Let's keep this a family-friendly show. That's what we always say here.
What an insane that pushes anything about just penises touching and being a little silly goosey. That's over the line for Michael.
I thought you were gonna say that's over. Like, how is that not family friendly? Like that's
how
your
is
argument?
That not family friendly? Love.
That's gonna be an argument
Love.
soon. Yeah, I
Dude,
mean, what is this, public school? We're just talking about any filth that comes into our minds here?
What do you think about what do you think about Aaron Rodgers, famously unvaccinated? Did you see this?
You know what? I don't know. I don't watch any sports, but I didn't know why they were making fun of this guy so hard. Because like for a couple, I know nothing about him, so I just see them making fun of this guy because he's like balding, and I was just
this guy, Mike. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He's the reigning MVP. Green Bay Packers 7-1. They're probably one of the best teams in the NFL, top 5 team, and he was the MVP last year. He's not Tom Brady, but he's one of the best quarterbacks, to ever play. So
well, I thought they were just making fun of him for going bald. I'm like, this is brutal. I was like, these people are relentless in their attack on this guy, but it's because he wasn't going along with the program now that I found that out.
Yeah, so he it came out before the season, I guess. He said that he was immunized. I don't know what that means. Like, he already had COVID.
That means he got COVID and he's immune to it.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like as soon as it came out, he got it again, I guess, or he tested positive. So he's not allowed to play for however long. And then it all started coming out where people are like, oh, you putting everybody at risk. So now like he went from being very like loved by the media overnight. Everybody hates him, which is wild.
It's classic, bro. It's this new, that's my new thing. Like in the cancel culture, like every comedian I see, like they're scared to get canceled. And I'm like, most of us, dude, we're pre-canceled. Bro, we got roommates. You got roommates? You're already canceled, big guy. You go out there and you say whatever you want. You know what I mean? Because you got nothing. That's the good thing about not being a famous comedian right now is you can say whatever. People are like, oh, I'm going to get canceled from what? Bushwick paid open mics where you pay them money to bomb? Who cares?
Yeah, they don't have the well, it's coming. It's coming for everybody.
Oh, yeah. If you're on that side, you're not safe. No matter. That's the thing. People try to hedge their way in. You're not safe.
Did you see what happened with Barstool and Dave Portnoy?
No, what do you do now? He was doing the supporting people during COVID. I watched that part.
Yeah, so this article came out a couple days ago. I don't even really want to talk about it.
Is he also going bald? And they're like, this piece of garbage.
No, so this article comes out about where 2 women were alleging him of like sexual misconduct.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm correct, but like implying that he like raped them.
Oh, wow.
But that like they never used that word in the article. So
like it was consensual at the time, but now
well they kind of like I scanned the article and then I watched his like he like put these videos out like rebutting it or whatever and saying like, hey, this is this and that. He released like text messages from like the second one. But it's a whole the whatever that part of it is not what I wanted to talk about. The part that's kind of been wild is since that happened, he put out stuff being like, hey, I didn't do this. I didn't do these 2 things to these women. I feel like I've always been respectful, blah, blah, blah. And then he just started going after, it was Business Insider that came after him. So he's been going after Business Insider being like, these people are out to get me. And it's just been a while. The whole weekend, I've been watching and seeing what's happening where he's been going after the Business Insider CEO because apparently the day that the article came out, there was he's saying that there was unusual shorting activity of the Penn stock, which owns Barstool. So that almost like someone had inside information that this article was coming out and made like $50 million on the day that the article dropped because they shorted Barstool stock.
Wow.
So he's been just like straight up saying like, I know. And the CEO of Business Insider is he was prosecuted or convicted of fraud. So he's permanently banned from trading on the SEC. Like by the SEC, he can't trade on the stock exchange.
Dude, that's super. I didn't even think about that angle. That is super corrupt.
So he's just been like saying all the shit and like he's just digging. He's like going to war with
good for them, dude. They're attacking
Insider.
his livelihood. They're attacking his reputation. That's like the thing that needs to go. Is like you can't. Before they were just attacking and they'd be like, oh, this is 100% false, and there was no repercussions. So they just come back out and they're like, okay, new thing.
Yeah, there was the way the article started. There was and again I don't really, but it was just fun. The way they painted it. He had a sex tape come out that was it said I mean he's literally having sex with this woman and she's wearing a dog collar, and he's like holding a leash and they're having sex. And this came out like 6 months ago.
All I want to know, I don't even want
to
to see the videos. I just want to know her political views because I'm pretty sure I know where they are. It's always the same type. She just, these are the people that are like lecturing me about like health advice. She's getting choked out with a dog collar by like some, bar nut.
Well, so it came out like months ago, right? Like 6-9 months ago. And it was just like, it was immediately deleted off of everything. And he was like, this is consensual. She was like, it was consensual. This is just like, I like to have this kind of sex. Sorry. And I'm not hurting anybody. So in the article that came out in the first like paragraph, which you can only read because it's also behind a paywall. So you have to like pay to subscribe to read the whole article. So it goes, one of his sex tapes released recently shows him violently choking a woman with a leash. And then like a sentence later goes, I mean, I guess they both said it was consensual. It's like it's painted in a way of being like, look at this piece of shit. But it was consensual behavior, so we can't really say it was bad. It's very funny the way it's written. I was like, that's like isn't that kink shaming?
Yeah, well, it's very hypocritical
for
these people because they promote, like, go back in that, like, they promote all that. And then
like,
if
you like to get peed on or something, and then, like, it's like making fun of someone if that's what they like to do. Yeah. Isn't that, like, very not allowed?
I mean, I don't know. If
like if someone likes to eat shit or something?
Exactly. That's what they need me to make fun of them. I'm trying to help them. But no, but these magazines aren't that way. So it's total. They just pick and choose. Like, that could be celebrated for someone else. They'd be like, and this brave woman has the courage to get chained up and, whatever else.
But it is, but it's insane. Also the amount of followers that like Barstool has, like loyal supporters, is crazy. They just put out a pizza called One Bite Pizza Reviews. It's like the pizza reviews he does. It's a frozen pizza that you can buy at Walmart. So he said something on Friday being like, wouldn't it be funny if like all Walmarts across the country sold out of our pizza? And then he was reposting yesterday all these like people, men, women, like, in their 30s, college kids, like going and buying like stacks and stacks of the Barstool pizza.
Dude, good, because he supported a ton of businesses during the pandemic when they were, small businesses, when they were screwed. So good for him. That's how I got to know him. I didn't know. I used to watch the pizza reviews a little bit because I like, get a good slice.
They also,
by the way, Florida. I got pizza in Florida.
Terrible.
Unbelievable, dude.
Good or bad?
Bad.
Yeah.
Too much going on. It was like a lasagna. It was all wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was American cheese they used. It was.
Other than your, dude, you know what? You know what I saw was weird? I was just thinking about this before you got here. Kieran Culkin. Do you watch Succession on HBO?
No.
Okay.
But what's it about?
I just started watching it. Kieran Culkin is Macaulay Culkin's younger brother.
I know him. He was in. Right? I think he was in The Good Son.
I think that was Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he was. I think he had a little cameo too.
Really?
Maybe not.
He was in. Did you see Signs with Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson? He was very young. I think that might be another Culkin though. Actually,
all right. Well,
it was spooky.
Okay, well, what's the point? What's going on here with this kid?
I don't know, dude. He was. I just saw he hosted SNL this past.
Oh,
weekend.
no way. That's cool.
Yeah. So but they did, like, I watched this clip of him talking about how his brother hosted years ago, 30 years ago. Macaulay Culkin hosted it, and they show a clip, and he was there too, and like he was on the stage at the end when they say goodnight, and Macaulay Culkin is like there, and he's like getting lifted up, and he hosted SNL, and he's got to be like 12 years old.
11 or 12, that would be the correct. Yep.
And I was thinking about that. I was like, what an insane thing. Can you imagine being like a 12-year-old? Or not even that, like hosting SNL at that age, but also can you imagine just like, think about that today. Like you get SNL and you
SNL
show up to work.
Was much bigger then.
And
much
probably
bigger.
much like rowdier.
Yeah, there was less, first of all, there was less things, so everyone's watching that. It was huge.
30 years ago, they're probably still doing coke in the writers' rooms.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
But can you imagine that showing up to work and they're just like, hey, your host this week, last week it was,
Mel Gibson.
So Mel Gibson, Russell Crowe. This week, Macaulay Culkin. And you just have to work.
Macaulay Culkin was a superstar.
Yeah. You got to work with a 12-year-old?
Dude, he was probably more talented than half that cast or all that cast.
Probably true.
He probably nailed his lines. These are child actors. They nail those lines in one take, baby. He's got a dad behind the camera with a baseball bat in his hand. He's got his dog with a gun to his head. He's like, you better get these lines right, buddy.
Dog with a gun to his head.
Yeah,
Jesus.
these Hollywood parents, you know how they are.
Yeah. Did you have any weird interactions other than with that lady in Florida?
No. It was, I mean, Florida is, it's a different vibe down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a new mix. The driving's crazy. They drive insane down there.
Fast.
But then, the name of their gas stations are Racetrack. So, like, once I seen I go, oh, you encourage this behavior. Right? They're passing on the left. They pass they're just all speeding. Because their roads are nice. Like, if you did these Florida moves in here, your car you'd just be dead.
Did you go to Disney World?
No, of course I didn't. I'm against Disney World.
Why?
The only reason I would go to Disney World is to picket Disney World.
Dude, you don't like to,
No.
imagine you're a kid still? Just enjoy
I don't even think I watched
the wonder?
I don't think I watched Disney as a kid. I think I seen Bambi once.
Why are you against Disney World?
Dude, I don't know if I've got time to get into it, but look into
we got plenty of time to get into it, dude.
For the people at home, look into Club 33, first of all.
Dude, we got plenty of it. This is we're doing the pod, baby.
It's almost the other way. It's like, what do you like about it? The guy's a Nazi sympathizer.
Walt,
that's not even like the worst thing about him. That's probably like not even the top 10 worst things about him. He's frozen. The guy's frozen right now. He's waiting to be reanimated.
I mean,
he was ahead of the game. He's the OG Illuminati. This guy was ahead of his time.
You know what is fun though? Can you imagine that everybody like has made fun of Walt Disney for freezing himself?
Cryogenics.
But like, imagine in like 50 years, he's just able to be brought back.
I mean, yeah. There's many questions about that. I mean, you could clone him.
Interesting. Yeah.
You could clone him, but is that you? No, because it's you got a different. It's just a genetic. It's like
your soul.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
Can you clone a soul?
No.
It's just.
I don't think so.
I mean, we don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to see. With one of these, these celebrities are supposed to have clone doubles. So
really,
yeah, all of them. I mean, these stories are
like who?
You name them. Britney Spears. Everybody has.
Really
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Is that just?
I don't believe. Dude, I'm not promoting this conspiracy. This is one of those ones where there's zero research from anyone who puts them on. It'll be some guy like in New Jersey. He's like, I met Britney Spears' clone at 41 floors under the earth. But it's like, why are you such a loser though? How did you get in?
How did you get the clearance to actually?
They got to tell me how they got the clearance. Like, dude,
that's the best part about conspiracies when it's like perpetuated by someone who's like, dude, I know the truth. Shut up, mom. I'll be upstairs for dinner in a minute. It's like he's like, don't bother me, mom. I'm streaming to the world. I'm revealing the truth.
It's the best.
It's like, all right, dude. What are we doing here?
It is the best. Well, yeah, no, I didn't go to Disney. I went to West Coast. I loved Miami. Was cool.
I'm going to Miami in 2 weeks. I'm going to Boston next week and then Miami 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. What are you doing in Miami?
Just going with a buddy of mine. from Boston, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, I got like a place. I rented a place in Miami. I'm hitting up a bunch of like people to go down. I think it's only me and him now. I don't think anybody else is going.
Matter. It's
so,
still a
dude,
good
I'm
time.
psyched. We're gonna have a great time. I'm like amped.
Yeah,
I've never been.
I couldn't believe how cheap you can stay there. It's so nice.
I'm excited to have a Cuban sandwich. I've never had a Cuban sandwich in Miami.
Yeah, the Cuban sandwich is like very shocking to me, the ingredients, because I didn't know. I was like, oh, it's gonna be so different. But no, it's ham, Swiss mustard, and pickles. It's probably very good.
And pork.
Okay. Well, ham is pork, so it's like double
It's
pork.
got it's got ham. It's supposed to have, I think, like ham and then like a almost like shredded pork. Not like pulled pork, but like a shredded pork. It's like a lighter meat, almost like a pork chop, but shredded.
Okay.
Kind of, but different, right?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I didn't have a Cuban sandwich down there.
No.
Next time.
Okay. All right. What were you just saying?
Did a couple mics down there, club mics.
You're looking very New York right now. The glasses, the hat, you're fitting right in Bushwick.
I am New York. Everyone knows it, even though I'm not from here. Like, I love all the people who aren't from. They were like, they wanted to be New Yorkers so bad. I don't know what they're holding on. Those days are over. You know, like to want to be the old New Yorkers, I think. And they're like, oh, I made it through pandemic. But it's like, bro, you're from Wisconsin. You're always going to be from Wisconsin. If you guys are the new face of New York, it's time to rebrand.
New York's going down. You know what it is? You know what the future is?
What?
I think it's going to be all like these like mini cities that they build all over, like in the middle of like Milwaukee or like Wisconsin or Nebraska, and they just build a city that's got like bars and restaurants and movie theaters and all these fun things to do that like bring everybody there. So instead of people moving to New York City, they'll just stay in these little like fake city hubs.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. I've been to a bunch
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. And people are like, really, like, why am I, like, this apartment's not bad, but a lot of the apartments in this city are disgraced.
Sure. I mean, dude, we've said this, but like this apartment's not bad, but for what I'm paying, it's a 2-bedroom, and we pay $2,500 a month for a 2-bedroom.
No parking.
In Brooklyn. No like $2,500 a month should get you a doorman. You know,
and you got
like
no
a
good
mail
food
room
around here. This neighborhood is a dead zone.
Oh no! I mean, what do you mean dead zone? I mean, I can go to that bodega, that bodega, that bodega.
Hey, you like potato chips? This is your neighborhood.
That's the one bad thing about living here is, one, it's far from the city, far from where I spend my time, and two, it's just like, dude, I'll come home and I'm like, if I'm hungry, it's like, okay, your options are pretzels or Sour Patch Kids. Yeah. What do you want?
Or egg and cheeses, all you can eat.
Yeah, all you can eat BCs, dude.
I'm done on them, man. I mean, I love.
Dude, we should get one after this.
I am starving, but I do hate
Sunday. It is Sunday.
How does that make it better?
No, because it's the weekend.
Think they serve better?
No, but it's just like you can I can't eat a bacon, egg, and cheese every day. The calories are just,
I used to eat. I think I overdid it with them.
You know what the best part about COVID was? By the way, I lost my taste and smell, but I lost like 10 pounds.
Dude, I told you that, right? When
it was great.
Everyone loses mad weight on COVID.
It was great. I've been trying to keep it off.
Yeah, you just keep your immune system nice and weak. I'm passing out a lot, but I'm losing weight. I fell down the stairs again.
Yeah, I got real dizzy when I stood up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I think that means you're eating too few calories, but you know what? I'll look good in a coffin. That's what I love when
who's saying that? Sounds like a saying.
There was a weight loss drug I remember came out like years ago, and they had interviews of people being like, "This is very dangerous. It's effective, but it can kill you." And someone was like, I remember this quote being like, "At least I'll look good in my coffin."
That sounds like a Long Island quote. You know, something they stick by too. Like, I'm right about this.
It's like, at least I'll look good for a year before I die, and then for eternity.
Oh, my goodness.
Long Island is very...
I love Long Island. I can't get enough.
Dude, honestly, Long Island is very similar to Boston, so you fit the vibe. Like,
yeah, and since it isn't Boston, it's more interesting to me. There's a little more, like, real estate scamness. Like, everyone's got a little, they're all in on it. I feel like everyone's got a hustle over there. Like, even guys that have enough money, they got, like, a side scam that they're running.
Long Island, people from Long Island have this confidence that is unshakable. Like, I know guys that I went to high school with who were like, yeah, I can't wait to write my novel. And it's like, dude, you've never even read a book. It's like, yeah, but I could write one.
Yeah, you've never left this state, except for maybe to Cancun.
Yes, that's where we became Cancun and the Poconos.
Dude, I met a guy one time. Was in Cape Cod, some sort of huge party for a friend of mine, and these local dudes showed up. They knew somebody, and this guy, he was just. It seemed like he walked out of another time. You know what I mean? He just didn't. It was something real weird. So I'm talking to him, and I'm drinking, so I'm asking questions, and he admitted it. He's proud about it. He's like, I've never been off of Cape Cod, and I'm never leaving. He goes, I've never been over that bridge. And he was so against it. He's like, that's real. He's like, that's how you do the Cape. You never leave.
How old was he?
He was like 40 years old.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
that was his claim to fame. He probably never left Falmouth. He was probably in that. Maybe he goes like one town over one time and,
Dude, especially today. Can you imagine never leaving your hometown today in today's world?
It's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
What do you do?
You go on web chats and you become an online psychotic.
Yeah, you go to. It's like I'm never leaving Falmouth, but if I do, it'll be January 6th, 2021, and I'll be at the Capitol, baby.
Yeah, the Capitol, man. The Capitol was a fun romp through the building. If they didn't shoot that lady, it would have been fine. Nobody got hurt. Dude, they didn't even burn the place down. I mean,
didn't someone die? Didn't multiple people die?
No, one lady. They shot that lady in the head, which I felt like
wasn't she? She was like a protester there, right?
Yeah. Okay. I felt like that was unnecessary to shoot her. You know what I mean? Let them break the place. The place sucks anyway. You get some new walls. What's the worst happens?
Oh right? Man,
I'm not promoting it. Like,
oh boy, yeah.
But if you can burn businesses down for like 4 months in a row, dude, it was open season riot. If our attention span wasn't the same as a goldfish, we would get things done in this country because we're like, didn't we riot for 3 months straight?
Oh, dude, you know what I saw? You know what I saw that you'll love? Elon Musk. Ready? So
probably not, but
no. Oh, dude, well, he's now worth $300 billion. All
right.
So, whoever handles the like food, like hunger and everything in the like world hunger, poverty, whatever it is. There's like the UN who's like, we need to solve world hunger, right? Whatever it is. So they tweeted being like 1% of, or like 0.5% of Elon Musk's net worth could solve world hunger forever.
Okay.
That's what they tweeted, right? They're just tweeting it out to be like, yeah. So people will be like, fuck him. He can help it. He won't do anything. He tweeted back at them and he goes, if you can show me exactly how $1.5 billion will solve world hunger and outline it and keep all records public, I will sell off my, whatever shares of Tesla right now and pay for it. And then they just never responded.
Yeah, because that's the biggest scam in the world, world hunger. I mean, there is world hunger, but they're not trying to solve it.
Same with like homelessness. If you think about how quickly we did things, like how quickly we like got a vaccine ready, how quickly we like changed over, teleprompt, like working from home. We do things very quickly. We adapt and can adjust to things, and we can make things happen when we really want to. But like, dude, if we wanted to like house everybody who's homeless, we absolutely could. But it's not really a priority. People will say it is, but it's not. Like nobody.
No, it's just crap that people always go on about. But I don't think you can house everybody. I don't think everybody is like this. You know what I mean? Because that's what you say, and then you put this one guy, and you're like, he's gonna crap the place and rip the walls out and be on the street again. But you could give him like a shed for a while and see how it works out.
Well, there was, I mean, what you could do, so I was actually, this is a legit, like, I mean, there's, like, technology now with, like, the 3D printing and everything of, like, you can build communities for people to, like, live there, and, like, you're allowed to live there. I don't know how it would work. Who knows? Like, I'm not, but, like, off the top of my head, you live there for a period of time. You have, say, like, a year to, like, get a job and be able to start paying off that house. And eventually after, say, like, 3 years, you own the home or something like that. Whatever. Reasonable. I don't know. Like, I'm just like off the top of my head. But is that not like that's a thing that could happen? And you do a test pilot, a program, whatever. Listen, am I going to solve world hunger and homelessness right here on this podcast?
It's a lot to take
Absolutely.
on. Yeah, right. Well,
Me and you, baby.
That's the attitude we need. A little
Me
can
and
do.
you. I feel like this has been very self-righteous of me so far. I'm just,
You've made a lot of promises that
I mean,
I'll be checking in on you in a couple months.
at this rate, the amount of promises I've made, I could run for president.
Eating. I'll just catch you with a camera, be like, "Hey, how's that World Hunger?" He's just eating oysters with some model. He's like, "I'm feeding her."
I had oysters last night. I think
Yeah, I
that's.
know.
I went to dinner, and
I assume that you have oysters every night.
I think that's why the dinner was so expensive. I mean, oysters and wine. Jeez.
Yeah, those are uncooked, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
They're great. You don't like them?
I've never had them.
Oh, dude, you would like it.
I don't think so.
It's also more. It's less of a taste and more of a feeling emotionally that you're eating something that's so expensive.
Disgusting.
What?
Oysters.
It's a feeling of superiority over you get to eat these things that other people don't.
Yeah, I don't want them.
I sound like a psychopath. I
Yeah.
just hit that. I'm kidding. They are good, dude. They're good. We used to growing up on Long Island. You could get like clams. Like you're supposed to have like a license or whatever, but we would
7-Eleven?
go down. Yeah, crabs. No, you're thinking about crabs. That's what you get from 7-Eleven.
Oh, gross.
The lady who hangs out behind the 7-Eleven. That's where you get crabs from.
Right beside the Tostitos, they just got clams on those rollers.
Dude, they're super cheap on Long Island, but you could go and actually like dig up your own clams. You like low tide, you go and you kind of you like walk around with your feet in the sand. You eventually hit them with your toes. You pull them out. I mean, they're not take you a full day to get enough for like a meal, but
Do you eat them raw?
you can.
Okay.
You can. Well, you can do a clam bake. So what we would do, you shuck them open and you eat them raw. You just with a little like lemon or just straight up. Or you put them all in a big pot. You do like you can do it with mussels or clams, and you do like a big clam bake. And you have white wine, garlic, all this nice like juice in there, the juice from the clams, and then you dip bread in it, and then you eat them.
Oh, wow.
It's great, dude. We should do it this summer. It'd be
All
a
right.
fun time. Yeah, I don't know where we are. Just me talking about oysters and privilege.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world today. I haven't been paying that much attention to what's going on.
Good.
Yeah, it's better.
Good.
It's better for your health.
Yeah. Listen, I think that's I've been I think I'm addicted to my phone, so I've been putting it in black and white mode.
Okay.
Have you done this?
No.
They say it makes you less addicted, which I think is maybe true.
Yeah, it is very addictive to check your phone, and I don't know what I'm checking. I'm like, what am I looking for here? I don't message anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not involved in any way. It's like,
Yeah.
what do I think is going to happen?
You're not on the dating apps?
No, I do them once in a while. When I like, if I don't have work,
Yeah.
if I have like a week off, I'm like, you know what? I should really start dating. And
Yeah.
then things will pick up and I'll eventually.
When's the last time you've been on a date?
I'm trying to think. Maybe right before COVID.
Yeah.
That was it, probably.
Damn.
I'm trying to think.
All
Did
right.
I go on one during COVID? Probably not. It would be extra hard right now when we roll up with it, when I have no vax card. And she's like, well, where can we eat? I'm just like, we can eat outside this Dunkin' Donuts in the
Hey,
cold.
how do you feel about the park?
Yeah, how do you feel about the benches in Central Park?
It's nice because my home is right there.
Yeah. Hey, let's go down the sub. Let's get some Subway sandwiches. Go down the train station. Need them.
Yeah, it's great. We
It's
can
called a
put
train date. You never heard of them?
we can put the bag down so it doesn't get
would be
dirty.
I should do that. Bring a candle at dinner on the train.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a guy yesterday. I was on the train, packed A train, and he was just full. You know what a train guy when it's full too, dude. And he was just talking. He was just talking, and he was saying things like that don't make sense, but they're just like. There's always someone after them. There's always someone coming after them. They're the center of a big conspiracy. And he was like, they want me to stay quiet, but I won't do it. And they
Which
keep
I always
telling
respect
me.
about him. I always encourage him, like, dude, keep up the fight.
It's
Hold
like
strong, brother.
I'm just listening to him, and he's like, yeah, you know what? They don't. You know what he kept saying? He kept saying the LGBTQ community is they want to come and get me. They want to get me for being a heterosexual male. And
I'll be honest.
God.
This guy's making a lot of sense to me right now. He's got some points. I heard one of those guys one day on the train. He was given that same similar. He was the victim of it all, and everything about this guy was old school, like classic bully. You know, like when back you could be a bully from like you could do it like your whole life.
Yeah.
But then like the world changed on this guy, and you weren't allowed to like shake down adults for money on the corner. And he was telling me a story from his perspective where he was the victim, in which he murdered a guy in a bar for like looking at his girlfriend's ass. And in his own telling of the story, he convicts himself to like unnecessary murder. And then he, at the end of the story, he goes, and dude, they locked me up. I'm like, this guy's world like is just, I love these characters. He admitted to murder on the train.
He just got out?
He just got out, and he was...
Holy shit.
He was trying to guilt me into him. They try to feel you out. Like, they try to make you nervous, so then you'll just give them $20. But, like, I was, at that time, I had nothing to lose. I had, like, 7 roommates. I was on the verge of flipping out at any time. Like, dude, I'm not giving you a dime. I don't know if I should have told him, like, dude, you need to be back in jail immediately.
Yeah, I don't have any money, but you know what? We got an open room if you want to come join me and my 7 other pals.
Yeah, he probably would have fit in great over there.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Was that with the albino Puerto Rican kid and the woman who worked in a dungeon? Was that?
That was a man.
Which?
The dungeon person.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot about that.
That was the twist in the tale.
Yeah. I forgot
that
about
and
that.
not paying rent for 2 years. Or cleaning up anything.
Dude, I mean, that fucking...
Disgusting.
That makes me laugh.
Mice in the sink. It was
I can't believe you live there. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. People used to stay with me because that was like the first... That was the worst part about the first year in New York. People were like, dude, it's so great that you're here. And I was like, they like just want to come... I'd be like, I didn't invite people over. Dude, I don't want to...
So great that you're here.
I'm living off like 80% peanut butter at that point. You're just having peanut butter sandwiches. It's desperate times.
I've been having a lot of tuna fish and a lot of ramen. It's too much that I don't want to admit.
Gotta get off the ramen.
I mean, not together, but I have them like,
Doesn't matter.
It's okay.
The tuna is not as bad, but
soup,
the ramen?
dude, soup and tuna.
That's not soup.
No, I have different soup.
Oh,
I got
okay,
like split pea. I got tomato.
Just boil some spaghetti and throw a chicken cube in
Spaghetti?
it. Yeah, that's the same thing.
I guess. I mean, spaghetti is a lot of carbs, dude. It's just.
What do you think? What's in ramen?
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
more
definitely
sodium.
Worse for
it's
you.
just a lot more sodium.
Dude, that stuff lasts for like 150 years. It's not real food.
Really? Well, that's good. I mean, I got to... Dude, honestly, when the inevitable crash of the economy comes...
Dude, it's like
that's
like 2 weeks from now. Didn't you see the backup of cargo ships? Dude, we're talking like if. It's like they keep asking Biden about things that are going terribly wrong, and he looks at them and he goes, how would I know? He's like, I'm with you. They're like, no, you're in charge, bro.
I'm going to have a fucking stockpile of ramen.
Ramen will hold you over. But
that's what I'm saying, It's just boiling water and having noodles.
Yeah.
Keep you, from starving.
Yeah,
we got 1,000 packets of ramen.
See, if this podcast, when it takes off right now, we would be plugging ramen.
Yeah, this would be
30-pound bags of rice. Just have them.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to really stockpile.
Use it as a pillow on your bed until the inevitable crash that's coming this winter with these ridiculous people running our government.
Dude,
right
you think mattresses are comfortable? You ever slept on 12 bags of rice?
Dude, and I'm off mattresses. Done.
What?
I told you that, right?
No.
Dude, I've been on
straight
hardwood
sleeping
floor
on the
from
bench?
now on.
Stop, dude.
For
Wait,
months
hold
now.
on. What do you mean?
Hardwood floors, that's it.
You're sleeping on your floor?
Yeah, it's a back fixer.
Are you kidding?
No.
I'm pretty sure that the opposite of a back fixer.
No. That soft bed that's making you soft. You need to think hard.
You got to go to the chiropractor, dude.
All right, eventually. You got any like discounts or something?
I'll send you a referral.
A lot
Dude,
of
what
people,
do you mean?
when I told them I was thinking about a chiropractor, they like yelled at me.
Why?
They're like, "That's not real."
Yeah, people are honestly, if you don't want to believe in it, I know a lot of people are like, chiropractors are bullshit. I hate it. Dude, I had back problems, low back problems. I found this guy. The cracking, just cracking your back and like setting into place. I don't know how effective that is, but I went to a guy who like totally changed my mindset of like, dude, like my legs and my hamstrings were so tight, which was what was like causing like low back pain. There's a lot of like tightness in either your quads or your hamstrings can cause tightness in your lower back, which causes that like spasm. Same with like if you have like tight lats, that can affect your neck, or if you have like, you know, your neck kind of tweaks because your back is like whatever. It's like it's usually a muscle that contributes to it most of the time.
I think would be great if you walked into a chiropractor and he's like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "I have loose morals." You'd be like, "What?"
Dude, I had when I had COVID, I swear to God, it was like things kept like as one thing got better, the other thing, like another thing bad happened. So like I got sick, I'm starting to get better, and then as soon as I'm starting to get better, I like tweaked my neck, and for like 4 days, I like threw my neck out, so I couldn't like turn. I couldn't turn to my left. You know how I did it? I blew my nose too hard, and it just like spasmed. Then I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!"
We got to get to the gym. I've been putting it off. I was I was like on my way to good shape. I think for the beginning of COVID, yeah, I was still in my exercise. I'd gotten to like, you know, I'd gained some
muscle mass,
and I'd gained mostly just
lbs.
Yeah, which then turned into fat.
Yeah.
Afterwards, but then now I'm reversing back into my natural skinniness, but I still have a gut, so it's got to go.
Okay.
But I've lost basically all that I gained.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to get back into my routine, man. I was doing a lot of pull-ups. Now I'll be back to
How many pull-ups can you do?
I was doing 3 sets. In the first set, I would do 13. Then
13 pull-ups?
Yeah, and towards the end, I could do almost 3 sets of 13, because usually it starts out, you'll do 13 being my high. So the next I might do 10.
Dude, I can't do any.
And maybe
I can do 1 maybe.
Dude, I'll get you on a program. I'll have you up to 10 pull-ups in 8 months.
Do the military know about this?
Dude, probably not. We're drafting women now, so good luck with that. I mean, it's all women's rights until you get drafted into one of our unconstitutional wars in a Middle Eastern country.
It's so hard. It's so, if someone didn't know you and they're listening to what you're talking about, it's so hard to pinpoint your political ideologies.
Hey, they're floating. I'm floating. I'm moving. They move. They float. They change.
I love it. Oh,
you gotta keep your eyes everywhere these days. There's a lot going on, especially with Manchurian Joe. That's what I call him now.
What's the earlobe situation?
What's that?
Have you seen that? That's the only thing that I see when people are like, they're convinced that there are 2 Joe Bidens. Have you heard about this? Because they say his earlobes are like, there's a picture of like an earlobe that's like connected, and then the same earlobe that's like disconnected.
Before. And they're like, this is his clone, but it's like they're both duds with him. The guy's a loser.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best case against a clone version of Joe Biden. It's like, dude, if you were going to clone Joe Biden, wouldn't you make the clone like a lot better?
I will say, dude, he looked old like 25, 30 years ago, and like he's older, but he doesn't. They like gave him a lot of plastic surgery because, like, he didn't age at that rate that he was going. I mean, mentally maybe, but the thing about Joe is Joe does not have the keys to his car. That's a fact. And the reason I know that
What a wild way to put that.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
The reason I know Joe doesn't have the keys to his car is because he whispered it to a child at a kindergarten. And that's the only thing I trust out of that guy. He whispers to some poor kid who's probably from an inner city dealing with God knows what type of family life at home. And
what
then
did
Joe
he say?
Biden goes to him. He goes, I have 3 cars at home, but guess what? They won't let me drive any of them. They took my keys. Imagine that.
I don't think any presidents are allowed to drive, though. Are they?
No, but he had his taken away by his family. But imagine that conversation, because like he's at the table.
Oh.
You got to go take dad's keys. It happens in families. But then he's like, well, joke's on you. I have the nuclear codes. Like, what if he just gets mad at Jill because she took his Corvette, and he's like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Bruh, just boom, nuke.
Holy shit, dude.
Like, people made a big deal about Trump having the nuke codes. I'm like, this guy is not allowed to drive his car. He's not allowed to walk to the store by himself. You know what I mean? If he was over right now and she's like, I'm going to the bodega, they'd be like, his wife would be like, Joe would be like, Dylan, go with him.
go with Grandpa. He's gonna
sexually harass someone on the way over. Because you revert to like your childhood. He's from like the 40s. Like you could just, grab women's asses, right?
Jesus.
I don't think so. I don't think any of that's true. That's just what like people say. They're like in the 50s. I mean, you still have to be rich, right? You couldn't be a poor guy doing that.
Yeah, no, they would definitely, you know, I think it was frowned upon.
Oh, this is
Who
one
knows?
thing I think we should. I don't know what
Tell
your
me.
take on it is. I'm not a big corporation guy. You know, I don't love. You know, surprise, surprise.
I know.
But I am starting to
You're
lose.
not a big Amazon supporter?
I'm like almost on their side at this point because of the Netflix strike
What's the Netflix strike?
over Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, no offense. When do your employees' opinions matter?
Didn't they all get fired? I thought.
Oh, well, then everything. Oh, see, this is why it's good to bring this up. All right in the world. You should be fired. I'm not on their side, but like, if I was making a product and they're like, "Sorry, sir, we don't like a comedy," I'd be like, "It doesn't matter what you think."
They got, I read, I don't know what happened after this, but I saw it was like people were pissed. A couple employees were pissed about the Netflix Chappelle thing, which at this point is so long ago.
Yeah.
You know, but they said they like stormed into like a meeting of like the board, and one of the was a trans woman, and she was like, you know, just making a disturbing this meeting, and then she was like either put on leave or let go or fired or whatever. And everybody, there was articles at first that were like, how could you do this? Like, and it was like trans woman fired from Netflix for boycotting Chappelle. And it was like, well, and then like the next day all the articles were like, no, well, it was like trans woman fired for interrupting board of investors meeting or
and
something
not
like
doing
that.
your job. Who are these people?
You know, it's people trying to make
I mean,
a
it
difference,
really
Mike.
discourages me from ever wanting to become a billionaire. I'm like, this is the way I'm getting. If I'm a billionaire, like I want to more or less be like, if you don't do what you're told, you'll be like in the dungeon.
I'll tell you this, Mike. I'll tell you this, Michael. The amount of heat and hate that billionaires are getting, I'd take that. I'd take that in exchange for having billions of dollars.
I mean,
because I don't think it bothers them.
No.
They're not like us. They're not on their phones all day reading comments.
They probably got a whole different internet for them. You know, they're on the rich people internet.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world.
I mean, you think the royal family is out there like taking the same vaccines as us?
Oh, don't even get me started on them.
Oh, they're taking the you know, the stuff
ones.
that's got what's the stuff
monoclonal antibodies.
Exactly. The stuff that they get from kids when they
no, that's adrenochrome.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what the vaccines for the royal family are made out
good
of.
Grief. I mean, they're on that anyway, so that's not like out of their ordinary regime. Good Lord.
Have you what's the do you know about the royal family? Looks like the queen's possibly going down.
How old is she? Like 96?
Yeah, hold on, let me look that up. I saw she's using a cane now in public.
I mean, dude, she was I remember I watching videos of her driving in 1945 or
I saw her. We went to London. We went to the palace. Apparently, I had no idea, but like we literally went to the palace and we were there for 5 minutes and we saw her motorcade come out and she was in the back. I have a picture of it on my phone, but she was in the back in this like yellow hat and like being driven. And we posted a picture and like like a bunch of people hit me up and apparently that's very rare to even see the queen. But we were literally there for 5 minutes one day and we were like, oh, it's the queen.
See, that's what I love about Americans. We don't even care. Like, we could meet the queen and they'd be like, listen, I'm late for lunch.
I was telling people we were going to like bars. It was like our second day in London and we were going out to bars. We're like meeting people. I was like, yeah, it was wild. We were at the palace yesterday. I saw the queen. People thought I was doing a bit. People are like, do you know how rare that is? She's never seen in public. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
With all the damage she's done, I wouldn't go in public either. Do you think she's going to run the streets of India or any of the other countries they've destroyed?
How old is Queen Elizabeth age? Yeah, I just saw that she's using a cane now. So
she's got to be in her high 90s.
What 95 years old?
Oh, okay. I was a year off. I thought 96. Wow, she seems older. Somehow.
That's wild.
Yeah, these people really go the distance.
She was wearing a hat like this, if you can see it,
but
it was like it was yellow when we saw her. Wild, right?
That is wild.
You know, you learn. You know,
you live, you learn.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
The trademark song lyric, I feel.
Did you have you heard the speculation that I don't know enough about the royal family, but there's one that Princess Diana had an affair with her riding coach?
Yeah, because if you notice, Harry doesn't look like the other two.
Yeah, and
the
her riding coach
is
and
a redhead.
Harry Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look literally, I've seen the picture side to side. They look identical.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Identical.
And I mean, people are always like, that's more common than not in royal lineages. Like if you go back in history, and it's so funny when it's in real time, people are like, you're crazy, but it's like if you look back, they're always cheating, and there's always like new heirs and all this.
It's also wild. I mean, what do you think is going on that's so bad that it makes Meghan Markle and is it Harry?
Yeah,
leave the royal family.
It's probably all
Publicity
all propaganda. They're just trying to
potentially.
They're trying to. Those people are always looking for power, even though they're declining. They're probably like, let's see if we can.
It's probably a way for them to get power over America.
That was the
Americans
plan.
Don't care.
Yeah, they're like, go on the social media, influence them, race trip, guilt them into it. Let's take America back. We should have never lost it. You think they're happy about it? No, they're not happy. They lost India. I mean, they're probably
you don't think they're
psyched?
You don't think that they're excited about the 4th of July when we have it every year? You don't think London and the UK are like, good for them?
Dude, they don't even know what it is over there. I've been over there.
Really? 4th of July?
I mean, I'm sure they've heard of it,
Dude,
but
I mean,
do you think they celebrate
American
it?
independence? Absolutely.
They're lost. They just
they're
blast
just like
fireworks
off. Look how happy they are.
Oh yeah, right. Oh man.
Do you think if the founding fathers could see what we do every 4th of July, just a bunch of like drunk, fat Americans eating hot dogs and chugging White Claws, do you think that they still would have asked for independence?
I don't know, but dude, it couldn't be good. It's like what's going on today, the marathon.
What? Oh yeah, they're running the marathon today.
Yeah, people get excited about marathons. Marathons and parades are two of the stupidest things you can stand on the sideline and wait for. I think
Dude,
it's cool
I
if
love
you're in it, though.
the Boston Marathon is super cool. That was like living in Boston. That was one of my favorite days of the year.
Yeah, because everyone gets
wasted,
blacked out, drunk in the middle of the day.
Yeah, dude.
While other people are like in the best shape of their life. We watch people who are living the way the best life possible, and we're like, "How are you going to celebrate?" We're like, "I'm going to get blacked out on the side of the street and probably get in a fight with someone else from Boston over where they're from."
It's like when we watch the Super Bowl every year, people are like, oh, what are you doing to watch these two teams of men in peak physical condition fight out to see who's the best? How are you doing that? And it's like, well, I'm going to gorge myself on dip and wings.
Yeah.
And probably drink too many beers that'll make me pee myself when I go to bed.
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. You got a rubber mattress under there or what?
Dude, I haven't. I have done that one time in college. It was a day drinking, and I had a roommate of mine who he used to pee the bed all the time.
I knew some guys.
And then he would get up. A lot of times he would get up and just like pee in the corner of a room, and you'd be like, "What are you doing, dude?" But one time it happened to me. We were day drinking, and I had like a jean jacket with the sleeves cut off and like jean shorts that were like super high. Dude, you wake up in pee jean shorts. You know that was a good time.
I hope someone beat you up for that outfit because I'm like, even the visual just made me angry.
You know, you're peeing jean shorts. You know you're having a good day.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I woke up and I was like, oh God.
Oh,
you can't hide.
depressing.
You can't hide a urine spot in jean shorts either.
That's not good.
The wetness is very obvious.
Yeah.
It's not like black mesh.
You think it's better with the black mesh?
Yeah, you can't see it.
You can still smell it though.
Dude, wet denim. Wet denim is very obvious.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, sometimes it happens. Haven't done that that was probably 12 years ago.
Good for you.
15 years ago.
All right, well, got some movement in your life. Move in a positive direction.
Have you ever done that?
What?
What's the worst thing you've done boozing?
No, I never peed my pants. One time, I guess I was sleeping somewhere, and I did wake up. My pants were wet.
Yeah.
And it was pee, and I go, I just don't pee my pants. Like, I don't. And I don't know what happened. I was blacked out, but that happened all the time. And I guess I did get up, and another kid who was blacked out, where I was staying at his place, he held me down in my sleep. Like, I don't know if I was awake.
You tried to get up to go to the
they're
bathroom?
like, yeah, you tried to. I remember there was some commotion with you and him. So I was like forced into pee. I guess I peed my pants against my own will that night. But
that's okay.
that's the way it goes, I guess.
That's the way it goes.
I think once you crap your pants from drinking, just hang up the hat.
Crap?
Yeah.
I've never done
happens.
that. I'm sure. I'm trying to think if someone I know has done that.
Dude, guaranteed.
I do. I know someone who did that in college. Not like one of my friends, but like you hear about it. Friend of a friend kind of situation. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. That's tough stuff.
Very tough.
That's Oof. I feel like I always hear those like on social media, like some date that goes horribly wrong. Like they'll be like, I went out with a guy once and we went out to dinner and then we went back to his place and I could tell there was something wrong with my stomach. And when we got back to his place, we started making out and then I had to excuse myself and I shit my pants and threw up all over myself and then fell in the throw up. And then it's like, fast forward, he had to clean puke off me on our first date and now we're married.
Yeah.
They always end that way.
If you stick with it, that's a make or break move right there. Like,
dude, first date, if you have to clean shit out of someone's hair, then I mean, you got to marry that person.
How they get it in their hair?
I don't. They fall or something, and you just shit and then fall in it.
Like, I'm gonna have to go right ahead and ask you to leave. Just get out of here. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine just going on a date with someone and then they just like shit themselves and they're just like, I can picture being in that moment and they're like, I need help. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? That, you know what it is? That makes you get into a relationship right away because you're like, I never want to deal with that again. You're just like, we might as well date now. Why not? Engage on just down on one knee as you're cleaning off shit. You want to marry me?
That's happened to you. Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments, baby.
All right. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. You want to wrap this?
Yeah, so follow me at Mike T. Kerrigan at Instagram.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. This is out every Thursday, sporadically, every other
leave
Thursday.
Comments, what you liked, what you didn't like.
Sea Otter Town Hall. We get a good amount of listeners, Mike.
Yeah, man, this is a great podcast.
I'll tell you off the air. I don't know how you feel about that. I felt this was good. I felt it was okay. You know, started slow, a little bit of talk about the Dave Portnoy. I'll probably have to cut all that out, but who knows?
No, man, hit that.
Just leave it in, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we weren't hitting any nerves with that, right?
No, I'm just talking about what happened and about how like
maybe Business Insider will come after us.
About he's essentially flipped it from this story of his like, you know, sexual escapades about these two women to a campaign and war against Business Insider. It's a wild move. But that's good. Yeah, we're at about an hour. So
let's do it. I gotta get back.
Hell yeah. I gotta go watch the marathon.
Yeah, right down the street. All right, bro.
All right. Good night.